Thank you, Madam Toastmaster and Madam Timer. Raise your hand if anyone has told you that communication will be the toughest part of your job. Oh, I see one person raised their hand. Good. Well, that was not the case with me because nobody told me that communication is going to be the toughest part of my job, and I learned it the hard way. Before I tell you my story today, think of your story. Think of a time when communication breakdown cost you something. Trust, time, a relationship. Got it? Hold on to that. You will need it at the end. A few months into Toastmasters, an email landed on my inbox. District is looking for area directors. Now, those who know me knows curiosity is my love language, the first C of my leadership journey. My greatest strength and my most reliable source of personal chaos. So my brain typed back, I can help. Tell me more. Before I understood what an area director even was, I was one. You've done this, right? Said yes to projects before you figured out the details, like saying, I will plan the AI symposium and immediately regretted it. Curiosity gets us into rooms we weren't quite ready for. And that's not always a bad thing. Now, I won't pretend I wasn't nervous. I absolutely was. And here's what I learned about courage, my second C of my leadership journey. We spend so much time waiting to feel confident before we act. We tell ourselves, I will step up once I know more, once I feel ready, once I feel for sure I know this, I'll do it. But friends, confidence doesn't come before action. Confidence comes from action. You don't think your way into courage. You act your way into courage. So I took the role, fully committed, slightly clueless, and entirely enthusiastic. And I figured it out, right? By doing it. As an area director, I had 3 primary tasks. Visit clubs, write reports, help the speech contest, blah, blah, blahs. Every single one of them ran under the same fuel. Not coffee, though that helped. It was communication. And here's what happens when you have all the enthusiasm and zero communication strategy. You send out emails like who has just discovered a superpower. I was thrilled. Surely my club presidents were equally thrilled, right? Their response? Crickets. Complete disillusionment, right? So I did what any calm, measured leader would do. I sent another email and another and another. And you know the person at work who hits reply all to every company email? I was worse. I was sending the original email and following up on the phone. By month 3, I'm sure every club president had an Outlook rule sending my emails straight to trash. Like, no question. Most communicative area director in the district history, completely failing at communication. Now, I don't know if any one of you can relate to this. Maybe it wasn't your email, it was your team's message that did not get even one single thumbs up, an announcement that you did, a project idea that you shared and nobody acted on. Because here's the truth. Talking a lot is not being same as being heard. That's when I had to stop and ask myself one uncomfortable question. Am I communicating or am I just making noise? Sitting with that honestly, without excuses, is what my third C is, commitment. Not the rush of starting something new, the quieter, harder work of building something intentional. What do you build when you fail? A plan, a real one. Because my problem wasn't I was communicating too much. I never had the time to stop and ask myself 3 questions. Who needs to hear me? What do they need to know? And when is the right time to tell them that? I figured out who are my audiences, the club officers, the club members, the district, and what exactly they need to know. I set up one simple rule, 1 email per month, consolidated, purposeful, and clear. Every touch point had to add value, not noise. I mapped it to a timeline, measured whether it's working, and suddenly I was not just reacting. I was leading, responses started coming in, trust started to grow. Is this just a story of an area director? This is yours too. Remember that communication breakdown I asked you to hold on to? Now you know what to do with it. You know that you need to get curious about what went wrong. Find the courage to act before you feel ready and commit to the communication that actually means something. So next time, before you send out your next message, ask yourself 3 questions. Who actually needs to hear this? What do they genuinely need to know from me? And is it the right time to send it? That's the whole plan. 3 questions every time. Because communication without intention is just noise with good grammar. Because the goal of a plan is not just a wish. It's people who really need to hear you. They're counting on you and they deserve more than just a wish. And for what it's worth, my club presidents' inboxes are doing much better these days. Thank you.